Welcome in, everyone. Andrew Posadas here from WFUV Sports in collaboration with Fordham Athletics. Selection Monday has passed. Fordham men's soccer, they know where their fate lies in the NCAA tournament. They will face Marshall University May 2nd. And I'm pleased to be joined alongside the most outstanding player from the A-10 championship, grad student defender Matt Sloan. Matt, thanks for joining us.
Oh, of course. Glad to be here.
And let's just get right to it. It was interesting to me because after it was announced that you guys were going to play Marshall, there wasn't really a huge reaction from the team. It seemed like business as usual. Is that the mindset with you and the guys right now?
Yeah, I mean, definitely business as usual. And we're kind of just waiting to see who we play. It wasn't a matter of, we're going to be scared or we're looking, we're going to play one of the big boys. Like, we're just ready to go out there and do the business. And the one thing a lot of the captains, older guys noticed was there's only a handful of teams that don't have a loss in their column, and we're one of them. So that's kind of the big thing going forward is we haven't lost yet, and we have that mindset of we're just going to take out the next game and go from there.
And Matt, it wasn't too long ago that against LaSalle you suffered what seemed to be maybe a season-ending injury, but yet just a couple of weeks later you come back, and you come back playing multiple positions. How do you feel right now, and what does it say about just this team's mentality that you, even with the injury, you're still out there, you're coming out there, giving your teammates valuable minutes, scoring goals, and doing whatever you can possible to get the W?
Yeah, I mean, physically things are going day by day, and I just keep feeling better and better. I mean, the medical staff we have here, and they're doing great and doing great things with me. But, I mean, the team mentality is just one person goes down, next person just steps up. And that's the big thing about this team. I've been in a lot of good teams, a lot of great teams. But, I mean, the depth of this team, the amount of people that can play so many different positions, do so many different things. We're not like a team where we have one set style and we're going to do that until it doesn't work. We're going to do whatever works for us on the day. We could play one game on Friday and then another game on Sunday, two different styles of play, and we're still going to get the job done.
And Matt, May 2nd seems so far away. How will you and the guys stay prepared and get yourselves ready to face a team that you haven't seen all season? You're going to start, reviewing tape on them now. What's going to be the mindset for you in the coming days leading up to that matchup?
Yeah, I mean, I think the biggest thing for us is not playing a game for 2 weeks. It's kind of tough because we get on a little bit of a roll now where we played game after game, 2 games a week the entire season, and then we don't go 2 weeks without playing a game, so it's kind of going to be difficult to kind of get back into that. But I think the coaches are going to do a great job of keeping training competitive, maybe get a scrimmage or two in before then to kind of keep us sharp. And I think the biggest thing for us is get everyone as healthy as possible and as fit as possible.
And finally, Matt, the last time Fordham men's soccer found themselves in the NCAA tournament, a magical run getting to the Elite Eight. 4 years later, another opportunity in the tournament. Just for you and the team, how excited are you guys for a potential run and maybe going even further than that 2017 team did?
Yeah, I think that's the goal. And like you said, when they announced who we're playing, it was kind of business as usual. Everyone was kind of serious. I was like, all right, Marshall it is. And I think that the goal of this group is to even go past that group and make our own history. We have a couple players on the team now that were on that current team, that team that made that run, but they weren't involved as much. So now they're seniors, they're playing meaningful minutes, they're involved. They're some of the big boys in the team, and I think we want to beat that run. We want to get past the Elite Eight and see how far we can go.
Grad transfer defender and team captain Matt Sloan, Fordham men's soccer, Marshall, May 2nd. Matt, best of luck in that matchup and hopefully looking for a long run in the tournament.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Pleased to be joined alongside one of the team captains, Jacob Bohm. Jacob, it's interesting because you are one of 3 players who was on that 2017 team as a freshman and saw the Rams go to the Elite Eight. From 2017 to now, in those 4 years, what's the difference between 2017 and finding out here in 2021 that you're going to the NCAA tournament?
I mean, there's a lot broken between. You have a lot of new guys. As you said, we only have 3 guys from the 17 squad. It was a crazy run. We all enjoyed it. Now we are super pumped. Me and the other guys can give some wisdom, some experience to the new guys and say what they can expect from the tournament and just trying to be ready for it. We're all pumped. We're all excited. We saw Marshall is going to be a good matchup, so we're all excited to get started.
Yeah, and the matchup is on May 2nd. Does give you guys a good amount of time to rest up, address some nagging injuries. How crucial do you think that'll be, that extra time leading into the match to get everyone back to 100%?
I think that's very important. We had some guys banged up, some little issues here and there. So those 2 weeks goes valuable time to get back everybody healthy, 100% healthy. And also to get our legs back. We had 2 games within 3 days now, so that's kind of wearing us down a little bit. So those 2 weeks and off normal practice is going to help us out to get this freshness back again, this energy, and to recover from like those small injuries.
And Jacob, when you guys came back on the bus and back on campus, there was a welcome wagon there. The entire herd, the Ramley, they're celebrating and cheering you guys on. How did that feel coming back to campus and just seeing the entire Fordham community there and just having your back and rooting for you guys after winning your 4th A10 championship?
I mean, it was amazing. You can feel the support from the Ramley. As you said, yeah, we're like really close to all the athletes, so it's been good to see this support from like different teams, and it's a give and take. So whenever like other teams have success, we're happy for them. So like it's a very good culture we built here, and you see it's a sports school, so it's good to see it every time.
And finally, I mentioned 2017 and that run to the Elite Eight. When you look at this team now in 2021, how good are the Fordham Rams, and can they make another deep run in the NCAA tournament?
I'm confident we can. We have good individual players. We have good team morale, good chemistry. The coaches set up well before every game for the opponent. So I'm very confident we can make another one. But obviously we have the first game to look at. We take it game by game, and then we see how far we can go. But I'm very confident we can make another run.
Sounds good. May 2nd against Marshall, Fordham men's soccer in the second round of the NCAA tournament. That was senior midfielder and team captain Jacob Bohm. Jacob, thanks for the time.
Thank you so much.
Hey everybody, this is Dylan Balsamo here with Samir Fathazada. Just moments after the NCAA Men's Soccer Selection Show, Fordham will be playing Marshall in the second round of the tournament. Samir, take us through emotion-wise. What was that selection show like for you? Well, before the name gets called, as it's getting called afterwards, what is it emotionally like?
Obviously, we're extremely excited as a group. We may not have shown it in there, but believe me, we are very excited. We've been through a lot. It's been a very difficult year, and especially last season when we lost in the semifinals, the emotional pain kind of lingered through. But we knew we had the ability to make it to the tournament. It was one of our goals, and to get out there and do it undefeated, it's an amazing feeling, and the guys are pumped, and we're very excited to get this going.
Samir, you talked about not looking like it in there. Athletic Director Ed Cull even mentioned just the professionalism you guys showed by not showing any emotion as your name gets called. Is that something you guys take seriously in this process, having some kind of professionalism in going into the tournament, entering, trying to have a certain mentality?
Yeah, of course. Like I said, we might not have been a little bit expressive in there, but we're all business. I think the guys know, everybody knows, we're not there just to be in the tournament. We want to do well in the tournament and go as far as we can.
Now, you also mentioned earlier this has been a heck of a year that no one could have prepared for in terms of any training you have soccer-wise. So tell me, for you, what has this year been like? How has it changed your approach to playing the game? How has it changed the team's approach? Take me through it.
Honestly, I took a step back because you truly realize how lucky you are and blessed you are to be able to play this game during these difficult times. It's a global pandemic. There's a lot of difficulties for people going on, and to be able to play this game during this period, it just makes you feel extremely blessed. And I'm personally very grateful to be able to step on that field and play the game I love.
Wonderful. Just very quickly, what do you think, at least emotion-wise for you, your own personal way of going about things, what's this next week going to entail for you before you enter that game with Marshall?
So we took some time after the A10s to truly celebrate, but now it's back to being locked in, focused, and being ready for the next game. So I think for me and the rest of the guys and the staff, we're back to business, and we're intensity, everything's gonna get back up, just like how we've been doing it all semester, and we're pumped and we're excited.
Wonderful, great to hear, my friend.
Thank you so much.
Good luck if I don't get to see you.
Thank you so much, appreciate it.
That's Samir Fathazada. Hey folks, Dylan Balsamo here with Josh Levine from Fordham Men's Soccer, just not long after finding out they'll be playing Marshall in the second round of the NCAA Men's Soccer Tournament after this Selection Monday, if you will. So Josh, first of all, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Very exciting.
I appreciate it, thank you.
Now, I asked your teammate Samir this, but take us emotionally, what was that like for you to the build up to before your name gets called, the moment Fordham gets called, the moments afterwards. What's that like for you in your head?
For us, this has been straight business. I think from the emotional side, the beauty of this has been we put in all of our work before today, before the selection show, and we left nothing up to chance. We did pretty much everything in our power, went undefeated, didn't lose a game, won our conference. So we knew we were going to be in there somewhere, just excited to see who our opponent would be. Today, it's been nothing but, I wouldn't even say this team has nerves. I would say this team is calm and just focused and ready to take on our next target of Marshall.
That calmness is very admirable and rare in a team, it seems to me. Now, by the nature of being in a tournament, I'm sure it's natural to kind of look forward and see who you might potentially play in games following Marshall. Like Clemson, for example, could be your next opponent were you to win against Marshall. Is that something you guys tend to look at, or you try not to look at those types of things?
I would say absolutely not. I would say that game is irrelevant. There's no guarantee that we're playing another game. There's no guarantee that Clemson would be there the next round. I think you have to stay just so focused and so keyed in on just one team, one opponent. The way we always look at it is we have one more game guaranteed for the rest of the year. May 2nd is all we get, and we got to make the most of May 2nd, and then depending on that result, we can look from there. But May 2nd in Marshall is the only thing on our mind right now.
Great. Josh, tell me a little bit about your teammates and this team in general, the mentality they've had, and what is an unfathomable season, and you've hit this point of success. Tell me about what being a team and that togetherness has meant for this success.
Sure. I think one of our biggest strengths has been the fact that this team has so many leaders and has so much experience. I know this team has a large amount of seniors and graduate students, some transfers, and I think that's one of our biggest strengths is that we have guys that have come into this season and playing for this team that have over 30, 32, 33 games of played at the Division I level. And then beyond that, we're getting performances all around. We have guys like Alberto Pingrazi who are coming in, getting really key minutes and scoring clutch goals for us late. We're having guys like Matt Sloan having fantastic performances and, most valuable player of the tournament. I think just the focus from this team and just the togetherness has been there since day one. I think that, these are the qualities that I would look for if I could handpick a team and find a team that would go far.
Now, just final question. By the nature of your position, perhaps you need to prepare for a game a little differently than the rest of your team. So tell me, what's the rest of this week going to look like for you in preparation for Marshall?
Sure. We're, I think right now it's really on the coaching staff. They'll give us the lay of the land for the next week. They've given us great weeks of preparation all year. Clearly, by our record, they've given us good scouting reports, given us good ideas of what we need to do and to prepare for our next opponent. We'll learn more about what's coming up for the next week, but I think it's just the main part from the players' side is going to be key in, focus up, and listen to what the coaches have to say because they've taken us this far.
That's great to hear. Thank you so much, Josh, and good luck this weekend if I don't see you.
Thank you.
That's Josh Levine.